Like everyone is looking at you like, oh my gosh, so much potential, this person is so amazing, and you're just over there looking at yourself like, oh, you're nothing. Are you joking? Like, wake the fuck up. You are powerful. You can literally manifest anything you want in this world. Confidence. Like, you want something and you don't even believe you can get it, then how are you gonna get it? You don't like your friend, but you guys are still hanging out. It's like, what?
Tonight, I'm chilling on the west side. Oh, call my home, girl, tell your best friend. Besides, on the low, no location. I don't want them seeing me getting faded. You should come.
Hey besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have two things for you. First off, I have a very interesting topic, and second off, I have this amazing wig that I'm about to put you on. So let's get into it. Now, I'm going to give you a brief of the topic. Today, I'm going to be telling you how I attract good things into my life. Honestly, I would love to say, and the way I see myself, I am such a magnet for things, and it's not something boastful. It's not something that is like, oh yeah, like I magnet anything I want in life. But trust me, there are people that whenever they want something, they get it. No questions asked. And I'm gonna tell you how that happens. And then I'm gonna also show you how the wig came in. So this is how the hair came in. Y'all know I've worked with YOLISSA Hair for like some time now, and it's been so amazing. I'm gonna show you the wig. And then there were also some goodies in the bag, like the wig cap. But yeah, this is like a hair tie, perhaps. Another band. Period. There's a scrunchie. Very cute. Now let's get into the video. So if you're new here, one thing for sure is my hairstylist gets my hair done while we're doing the sit down video. So sit down, strap on, and get a popcorn. Yo, the lace, like what fucking lace? Lace where? Lace with who? What? Huh? Let's go into my first point. Okay, so my first point is knowing your power. I honestly feel like one of the good things that came with me turning 25 years old is knowing my power. Like, I literally had to realize that half the time I didn't know who I was, and it was obvious. Like, in the way the person moves, you can tell that, okay, this person doesn't even know what they can do. They don't know what they can achieve. Like, everyone will be looking at you like, oh my god, like, you're that girl, you're that guy, but you don't even know that you're that girl, you're that guy. Do you know how crazy that is? Like, everyone is looking at you like, oh my gosh, so much potential, this person is so amazing, and you're just over there looking at yourself like, oh, you're nothing. Are you joking? Like, wake the fuck up. I would also like to say that knowing your power is also knowing your weaknesses. I myself like this, like, there's honestly nothing that my friends would tell me that they don't like, or my bad character that I'm not aware of. I know. Do you understand? I absolutely know. And so in times like that, when I'm getting things done, or I want something, or I'm trying to attract something, me being well aware of my weaknesses, that okay, maybe sometimes I can dilly-dally, I can stretch my leg, I can like to procrastinate. So me knowing my weaknesses is also me being able to combat them. I don't know if you get what I mean. If I know that, okay, I might be like this and like that, when I want to attract something good, or when I'm working on something important, I know that I need to not tap into my weakness. I have to tap into my strength. And if somehow my weaknesses come about and I'm like, oh yeah, now I want to lazy in bed. Okay, I meant to do this today, but I'm going to move it to tomorrow. If that happens, I'm going to be like, nope, I'm not going to let that happen this time. Okay, so that's point one. So the second point is confidence. You know, it's so funny that I was going to make a whole video about confidence. If you want me to make that video, let me know. I was going to make a whole video about confidence, but then I was like, isn't it better for me to do a video towards attracting? Because confidence is like a step, but you see, another step that happens in life is you being able to attract things, and I promise you, it is so doable. Like, alright, so let's talk about confidence now. About confidence, you need to be extremely confident in yourself. You need to be extremely confident in the power you have. You need to be extremely confident in your ability to get things done. Like, for example, now my wig is taken off, my forehead is out, my hair looks white because of the glue, but I'm still confident. Do you get what I mean? I'm still confident enough to make this video, even if I look like, I don't know, I actually look quite beautiful if I do say so myself. And that's because I built my confidence. I promise you this. I'm going to tell you like a very huge way to build your confidence, which honestly is like positive affirmations. I tell people this: if your thought is saying, your mind is saying something like, oh, did you add weight? Or like, oh, like look at your head, or I don't know, like whatever your head would be saying, say the opposite. Like I used to say this thing to myself, which is so crazy. Like people would be like, what the fuck, Frances? But honestly, I say this thing to myself and I've never shared it with anyone. I say this thing cold. I would be like, oh, I have such a flat tummy. Oh, I love my body so much. Oh my god, look at my abs. Like I used to always say this to myself, and I promise you that really changed like a lot for me. Like, and now where I actually really love my body, I'm like, oh my god, did I manifest that, or did I just think enough that I started seeing my body more beautifully? Do you get? So that's really a way. Another way is to also say this positive manifestation in front of a mirror. Like look at yourself in the mirror, no makeup. Sometimes people do it naked, and you just look at yourself bland in the mirror, and you're just looking at all your imperfections, quote unquote, and you're appreciating it. You're looking at yourself dead in the mirror for like a while. Don't just look at yourself for like 2 seconds, do it for like what, 5 minutes, and just look at every single thing that you always thought, oh, I'm imperfect, and look at yourself and accept yourself. If there's something you want to fix, like now eating healthier, going gym, doing that, do that to build your confidence. Whatever you have to, if you feel like, oh, you need to adjust anything, do that. One of the reasons why I really fell in love with like myself even more was because I started working out more, eating healthier. There are certain things I just stopped eating. I used to be so obsessed with ice cream, and I said, I'm not doing that anymore, because I don't want my body to change according to like certain things I put in my body. Do you get what I mean? But that's me. I'm not saying you should not do these things. I'm just saying whatever you feel like you could adjust to love yourself better or see yourself in a better form and be more confident, do that. And as well, one of the major things that's helped as well is by faking confidence. Like, you know when Riri said like she fakes it? Like you fake it. Honestly, sometimes you just have to fake it. Like it's not every day you wake up feeling so confident in yourself. Today I woke up and honestly I just didn't want to deal, and I knew I had shoots and I just didn't want to deal, and that's life. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna snap out of it. And I was telling myself positive things like, oh, I'm not tired, oh, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm beautiful, I feel good, because I was feeling so sick, and I was like, I'm not going to say that to myself. Do you get? Because if I say that to myself, I'm actually gonna get sick. Another main thing I also do is by looking good. For me, if I like my outfit, I'm confident. So if I want to keep attracting good things into my life, I'm going to keep dressing up in a way that makes me feel good. Like the thing about it that people don't understand is things don't exist outside of yourself. Do you understand? You have to feel so complete in yourself, within yourself, for you to have a life whereby you're so happy, you're so content. Like it's such a great vibration whereby you're feeling good, you feel nice, you feel like perfume, you spray perfume. Like if you're a girl, like when you get your hair done, you know when you get your hair done and it feels like you have just this new personality unlocked, like no one can talk to you, girl. That feeling is a higher vibration. So if you're staying on your higher vibration all the time, imagine how good life gets. Like you will be so shocked how good life gets. And even when things are going on, you're like, oh yeah, everything happens for my good. I love a jet black look. My next point is to believe in yourself. Whew. This one is a strong one, because I feel like people, like you want something and you don't even believe you can get it. Then how are you gonna get it? Before you say you want something, before you ask for something, you need to already mentally believe that you've already gotten it, that you have the possibility to get it. That like it can't be something that you feel, and sometimes yeah, your dreams are bigger than you, but when you're in the sense of like, oh, I want this, like don't ever feel like, oh yeah, this thing is never gonna be mine. Then again, I'm going to also say that the Bible says that your faith could be as small as a mustard seed and it will still work. So yes, but I honestly believe that you really need to believe in yourself 100%. Believe in whatever you're doing, believe in whatever you want, that you can attain it. Let me tell you this story. My friend called me and she was like, she had an issue with her guy, and then she was like, oh yeah, like she was just stressed out about it, that this is gonna happen, something bad is gonna happen. And I was like, girl, what do you want out of this? Like, what do you want? And she's like, she just wants peace, she doesn't want this argument anymore, she just wants everything to be cool. And I was like, okay, then tell yourself that everything is gonna be cool. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, are you seeing the way everything is sounding? Are you seeing the way? And I'm like, tell yourself that everything is going to be okay. Because if you feel like everything is not going to be okay, then that's already the beginning of the problem. And to be honest, this is also a way of manifestation, because it's also your belief system. And I like to say this sometimes, like, even if you're spiritual, come closer. This is something the pastor told me one time. I was having like really bad dreams, and obviously this was when I just left my mom's house. So in my head, like, everything is so spiritual. You know how it is in an African home, there's always something chasing you and everything, and you know, whatever. So like, I went with my pastor and I was like, oh yeah, like, I've been having really bad dreams and I really feel like there's some sort of attack going on. And he was like, that, why would you think that? And I was like, yeah, explain dreams, da, da, da. And it's so crazy how big something might seem in your head until you tell someone about it, then it becomes like the smallest problem. Do you get what I mean? And so when I said it, and he was like, that, why would you, first off, you can't believe that, like, that's, your belief system is so big. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain how powerful you are as a person. Do you understand what I mean? You need to realize how powerful you are. That's why the Bible says, be careful of what you speak, because your tongue is powerful. You are powerful. You can literally manifest anything you want in this world. You just have to tap into the energy. But yeah, and then he was like, that if you believe that, like, you're under some sort of attack, yeah, then just verbally manifest other things. If you feel like, oh, this person is saying, I don't know, maybe you're feeling like, oh, your funds are down and someone is, I'm just saying from the African point of view, because you see how I'm talking about it, I don't really believe in all of these things, because I believe my God is stronger than anything that could ever come my way. Do you understand? So if your belief system is like negative things, how do you then expect like positive things to happen to you? Like, so now if I'm sometimes I'm sat and I'm like, oh my God, like how, like, I don't know, like, oh, are people enjoying my content anymore? Do people even like me? Sometimes I sit down and I feel like the whole world just doesn't like me. Like, it happens, okay? I'm just a girl, and I'm sure you guys have felt like that before. And then I start to manifest. I'm like, people love me. People love to hear me speak. People love to be around me. I am such great energy. So you have to kind of like counter whatever evil thoughts is coming in your head, whatever kind of expectation is happening. If you feel like, oh, there's some attack going on, you counter it. Oh, I'm so rich. I am so influential. Oh my God, my money, my business is doing so well. No matter if the business is crumbling, in fact, they've already called you, they say you're bankrupt. Be manifesting and speaking good things into your life and be saying, oh my God, my business is going so well. I am such a good business person. I know how to handle money. That's one thing as well. Like, there was a point in my life I really didn't know how to handle money, and it kept on coming into my head that I really didn't know how to handle money. And then I had to start manifesting into my life. I'm like, I'm so good with handling money. Like, oh wow, when money enters my hand, I do such great things with it. I make the best financial decisions. You have to counter what your thoughts are saying, because I promise you, they are just thoughts. Half the time I want to ask someone, let me say I want like a favor, or I just want, I don't know, anything, and I'm just like, the way this person has been acting towards me, they might not even like me. They maybe like the vibe has changed. Maybe I said something to upset them. Maybe all of these things are just in my head trying to block me from an opportunity. And sometimes I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna ask. And I ask, and they're like, oh girl, yeah, of course, like da, da, da. And I'm like, if I didn't ask, and I'm all up in my head, like believing those thoughts, I would have missed out on an opportunity. So yes, that's the point. Next point. I'm feeling hungry, y'all. Thank you so much. To my next point. This point is so important, because literally the universe has rules, and this is one of the rules of the universe, which is be kind. Like, you know how they say, do unto others as you want yourself? This is so real. You want kindness? Be kind. If you want good things flowing into your life, you have to be someone who literally gives. You don't hold anything too tight. You know when they call, like, when someone is frugal, do you get what I mean? When you're just holding everything so tight, money so tight, you've worked hard, the money, you just want to hold it like this. You don't even want to spend on yourself. I'm not saying you should spend like carelessly, but in important things, you're just like, no. I know certain people like that, and I promise you, like, if you're too frugal, things don't flow into your life. Money goes, money comes. That's the way money works. No matter how much you want to put money under your bed and you say, oh, money, no one is ever going to touch these funds. It's my money. Or you're going to live and die with this money. Like, that's not how it works. Do you understand? Be okay to give and it comes. Or you don't have food. For some reason, food still comes in and you're telling me you're not powerful because you want to rely on the negative of saying, oh yeah, well, the low was low. Yeah, the low is low. So when you get to the high or when you experience the high, you appreciate it. If the low is not there, if the sadness is not there, how are you going to know how good it feels to be happy and to be high? If you understand the rules of life, there's this one of my favorite books in the world, which is The Game of Life and How to Play It. It was by Flora Sean. She's actually my best author in the whole world, and I would say you should definitely read that book because it really teaches you the rule of money. It teaches you the rule of life and how to attract things always, because you're not trying to hold on to anything too deep. You focus on the good sides, you focus on the positives. There's just so much that book really changed my life. When you're spending money, don't be upset. Like, don't feel like, oh, I'm spending this money and like you're just so angry about that. Like, that's just honestly negative energy towards playing the game of money. You know, even me too, sometimes I check myself because who likes spending money anyway? But like, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, it's okay. It's going to come back. It's going to come back in 10 million folds. Okay, actually, there's something I forgot about the last point, which is something I just want to tell you, just like an add-on, like a sprinkle, you know what I mean? Which is like, you need to not condemn yourself. Like, I feel like sometimes, you know what I said about your thoughts? Like, you need to realize that your thoughts are not reality. And why I'm saying this is because I know the frequency in which I used to vibrate upon, and that literally was so draining. And now being in a place whereby I'm on a higher frequency, it feels so relieving. Like, no matter what's going on in life, like, frequency stays up, I stay prayed up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the joy, I'm still happy, like my life is still okay, which is something that like you need to realize that it's something that you have to practice over time. And that's also not condemning yourself, like not being like always talking down on yourself and shit. Like, don't do that, girl. Like, you do not do that at all. The energy around you is so important. See, the energy around you, that's your environment. That's like the air you breathe. Like, you know, when you're talking to your friend about something you're excited about, like the good news or something, and then you can just sense that they're not so happy for you. Like, why do you ignore that energy? Why do you still keep telling the person things? Why don't you trust yourself? Like, it just, let's have a conversation. You had a feeling that, oh, this person might not be so happy for me. This person might not really be on my side, even though they say they are. Which I have to say this, like, I personally don't think people are bad people. Like, I feel like things happen and people can be in a different headspace, and so they might like start putting out some sort of negative energy. That's how I see life. I never really say anyone's a bad person, but at the same time, no matter what the person is going through, if I personally don't feel like you're happy for me, or I feel like you're exuding like negative energy, I'm so sorry, I have to like stay away from, like, I will have to stay away. You don't like your friend, but you guys are still hanging out. Like, what? Even certain times I might feel low, I check this thing, I just search high frequency playlists. So there are some songs that they have like high frequency, they can raise your vibration. So you need to be on that vibration to attract certain things. And yeah, like, girl, we could go on and on all day on this, but I decided to put a few points that I hope it helped. I want to know what you'll think. Is there anything that you currently do? Is there anything you would want to do? Let me know down below in the comment section. So there you have it. This is the 26 inches body wave hair from YOLISSA, period. So all links to the hair will be down below in the description box. Do click on it, shop it, let's have fun together. I want you to have the same hair as me, bestie, so let's get into that.